Well, after a horror week for the Prime Minister, and that's my words, Anthony Albanese apparently is looking to gain popularity the only way he knows how, by opening up our wallet. I mean, this time, and this was a story in the Australian today, he's looking to boost apparently votes in key Queensland and West Australian seats, shoring up support packages for struggling nickel, lithium and rare earth producers with targeted production tax credits for miners. For more on this, I'm joined, as I am every week, by former Queensland Premier and Lord Mayor of Brisbane, Campbell Newman. Campbell, great to see you as always. On the Queensland situation, do you get a sense or do you get a feeling that federal Labor's trying to shore up a few seats up there?
Look, the specifics that you just mentioned, I don't think would have too much of an impact in Queensland. Having said that, WA, I think, probably would have some resonance. But, Labor, really have very few seats federally in Queensland already, Steve. And if he wants to sort of bolster his support here, I'd say he should disassociate himself from Stephen Miles and stop pretending that Miles is running a good government. And the only thing he should be doing is looking at ways to support our traditional mainstay being the coal industry and perhaps things like agriculture. But WA, different sort of thing there. I'm conflicted, Steve, because I've actually got some investments with my investors in Kalgoorlie. I should declare that. I'd love to see the nickel refinery there, or smelter there, continue. But, is it the right thing to do? I don't think it is. Governments really, really get it wrong when they try and pick winners like this and splash the cash around.
Well, one of the picking the winners is this massive computer that's been announced is going to be built in Brisbane. I don't think anyone in the country, bar about a handful of people, understand what it actually does. I watched that announcement with great interest, and the aforementioned Premier Stephen Miles was in the background, grinning like someone, the cat that had got the milk or the cream. But I don't think he didn't look like he understood what it was about either.
Well, and neither do the whole of the country, mate. 27 million Australians are in the dark. We're not being told, and yet it's our money. In fact, almost $1 billion when you combine the federal and the state support to this for this quantum computer. And I found actually one comment that was made. I think it was by Cameron Dick. That's right. I just got the quote here. There weren't a lot of Queensland-grown quantum technology experts who wanted to bring their technology back to Queensland. That was his justification for funding it with government, taxpayer money. Now, I just say this is the problem with Australia today. Why don't people want to commercialise tech in Australia? And it's because we have high taxes. We have terrible IR because we have more red tape in running a business you can poke a stick at, and people would prefer to be in the United States or perhaps even in the UK or Europe. That's the problem. And throwing money around like this without the required transparency and accountability isn't ultimately going to fix the problem. It just pains me to have to say this, but even the coalition, we're asleep at the wheel in the last few years when it came to what's required to make Australia a sort of desirable place to invest. There's so much that could be done to encourage entrepreneurs, but everything at the moment is going the wrong way.